What we did as a part of this research was look at the national landscape of real estate financing that has changed through multiple cycles ever since FDI was allowed into the sector in India. We looked at particularly the housing sector and what kind of housing is being produced through such real estate financing that have cross-border connections. Which cities are being targeted by this kind of housing? Is this housing affordable? Our main interest was to basically understand the kind of formal private sector housing that is being produced as a part of this real estate financing. We also did work on land-based financing and land value capture through two case studies that were located in Bangalore. So these were city-scale research that we did. We looked at the Bangalore airport project and the Metro Rail project as a part of these case studies. Both of these projects are being implemented through intersections of public and private capital, as well as public and private governance. So our interest was to really understand how public land value capture is getting constrained and changed as a result of private land value capture that is happening in land markets that are emerging around large infrastructure projects like the Metro Rail project and the airports. The learnings that we had from this project are now informing the technical assistance that we are now providing to the Bangalore Metro Rail Corporation, which is the special purpose vehicle that has been created to implement the Metro Rail project. So we are involved in the advising of the transit-oriented development and the land value capture aspects of phase 2 of this BMRCL project. We are also advising on the transit-oriented development that is happening as a part of the RRTS project, which is in the National Capital Region of the country. The work we did also was part of the policy advice that we gave to the Finance Commission that approached us, and they were interested in understanding how urbanization can be channeled towards post-COVID economic recovery processes. Going forward, we want to build out this work, especially on land value capture, by situating it within the very uneven and unequal economic geographies that global South cities have. And this unevenness and inequality is associated with different kinds of valorization, different kinds of monetization that is associated with different economic activities, and the intersections that happen with informality, with urban governance that is fragmented, with infrastructure systems that are often assembled rather than being perfectly gridded. And we are very interested in sort of this build-out being very place-based and very context-specific in this global South urban context, not only in terms of the conceptual reconfigurations that global South cities provoke, but also in terms of all our engagements with government and public-private implementation projects that I mentioned before, where the questions of agency, power, institutions, and governance are very central.